I want to begin with a statement that is, on its face, laughable. The Home Office is democratically accountable decision maker. This is something that should generate guffaws of howling laughter. It's not merely inaccurate, it's Orwellian. We were told this morning by Sir James Eadie, KC, speaking in the case about Prince Harry's security, where decisions about the Duke's personal safety had been delegated to a mysterious entity called RAVEC, the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures. And when challenged on the decision, the Home Office, by way of its legal spokesman, Sir James, asserted that any fallout rests with the democratically accountable Secretary of State. Now, as tests his claim against the three standards of a democratically accountable figure: transparency, access, and justification. First, transparency. The Home Office operates under a cloak of secrecy so thick it would make MI5 blush. Prince Harry's barrister, Shahid Fatima, KC, revealed that RAVEC took no formal minutes on the Duke's security downgrade. No formal risk assessment was commissioned. There was no expert consultation with the Risk Management Board, a body designed specifically to handle such matters. Instead, a bespoke process was invoked. Bespoke, in this case, being a euphemism for made up as we went along. This isn't transparency, this is bureaucratic mysticism, and frankly, this was done as the Queen was getting weaker and maybe easier to manipulate. This entire process is questionable. Secondly, access. Try phoning the Home Office. Go on. Try submitting a question. You will be met with a Kafkaesque wall of automated responses, redacted documents, missed deadlines, and no explanation. Even those who have legal standing, like Prince Harry, struggle to get a clear answer or even a hearing. Even if you go through your MP, you get nothing. It's almost impossible to speak to the Home Office. You are met not with a democratic forum, but with a fortress. And the third is justification. In a democratic institution, decision makers must justify their choices, but here decisions are shielded by the language of expertise and security and, my personal favourite, hostile environment. Under this rubric, not only is scrutiny discouraged, it is painted as dangerous. And even when the stakes are a human life, the answer is a shrug and a matter and the suggestion that this is national security. These sort of mutterings of opaque arcana. And what does this mean in practice? It means that the king's son, fifth in line to the throne, is told his security doesn't warrant routine protection, while astonishingly Prince Andrew, he of the Pizza Express notoriety, enjoys full armed protection despite being devoid of duties, denied duties, stripped of duties, and very much in the nation's bad books. We are told that the fallout from a bad decision lands with the Secretary of State, but the Secretary of State is rarely made to explain herself, himself. The legal fiction that the Home Secretary is accountable via Parliament is true only in theory. In practice, she or he can dismiss questions with the blandishments of civil service largesse, rely on security exemptions, and claim that responsibility lies with a delegate committee. It's a perfect feedback loop of blame deflection. Now, let's address the wider danger. The Home Office has normalised its own access through decades of cultivating this hostile environment set up by Theresa May, but very much devised by Blunkett. The language has not been accidental. It is policy. It is cultural. It's cultural curtain that permeates, that covers everything. It's a dust that permeates everything, from immigration casework to national security. The assumption is that any individual, is suspicious, that inquiries are impertinent, and that democratic oversight is somehow a threat. And this is not democratic accountability. This is bullying under the guise of authority. And just because bullying occurs in democratic systems doesn't mean it's democratic in nature. The presence of an election does not sanctify all that flows from it. Tyranny can wear a red rosette or a blue one. The point is not the colour, but the conduct. And as for the bullying, that can occur in any system, and it needs to be rooted out. So when the Home Office insists it is accountable, we must ask, to whom and through what mechanism? And if decisions are taken by committees that keep no minutes, follow no formal procedures, and are inaccessible to the very individuals whose lives they impact, then that isn't democracy. That is bureaucratic autocracy. That is tyranny. And when those decisions involve the safety of a man who remains a target for extremist groups, who lost his mother in the context of gross security failure, and who wishes to bring his children back to Britain safely, it is morally indefensible. The Home Office claiming to be a democratically accountable decision-maker is like a vending machine claiming to be a restaurant. It may produce outcomes, but you'll be a fool to think it's cooking with care. In time, we may stop indulging these rhetorical illusions, and I think it's time to call out this problem and to demand that the thing that is so curiously rare in British public life at the moment, an actual functioning accountability, to demand that that occurs. And I think the trial that is going ahead, which is ostensibly about Prince Harry, has much wider implications and speaks really for us all, because the Home Office is out of control and has been out of control for some time.